How many people would you guess actually feel confident about their finances? 50%? 30%? The reality is alarmingly low. Recent surveys show roughly 77% of Americans don't consider themselves financially secure. That's the majority of adults across income levels, job types, and lifestyles, facing ongoing financial stress even when everything looks stable on paper. So what does financial security really mean? The term gets thrown out a lot, and that vagueness causes confusion. Many assume it's purely about income, but the data doesn't support that. People earning six figures still feel stretched, while others with more modest incomes feel stable and in control. Financial security isn't about being rich or retiring early. It's the ability to cover your expenses, handle unexpected costs, and maintain your lifestyle without relying on debt. It's about stability, resilience, and peace of mind. A financially secure household can handle a medical bill, a car repair, or a temporary loss of income without spiraling into crisis. Even though almost 8 out of 10 Americans say that they don't feel secure, about half of that group believes they will be someday, whether that's due to higher income or another change. That optimism is encouraging, but hope alone doesn't pay the bills. Without changes to spending, saving, and investing, nothing improves. People naturally assume they need higher earnings to feel secure. About 26% of Americans say they need $150,000 per year, and 8% say $500,000 or more. These numbers aren't about necessity. They're shaped by lifestyle expectations, comparisons, and assumptions about how life should look. Often, those expectations are much higher than what's actually required. Think about how many people say, well, once I get a raise, I'll finally feel secure. Or, once I finish this degree, my financial worries will be over. And then, as soon as that milestone hits, they upgrade their lifestyle. A new car, a bigger house, more expensive furniture, or luxury vacations. The income never actually creates lasting security. It just fuels bigger spending. This cycle is common because it's easier to believe that money alone will solve stress than to face the harder truth. Habits, choices, and planning matter more than the paycheck. Every time income increases without intentional control, expectations rise, and security remains just out of reach. People end up in the same place they started, anxious, stressed, and feeling like they'll only be safe once they hit the next milestone. Here's the key. Financial security is more about how you use your money rather than how much you make. Your income sets the ceiling, but habits determine what happens with it. A household earning $200,000 per year can still feel stretched if their spending grows to match that income. Bigger houses, nicer cars, frequent trips, and daily extras that eat up any chance to save. Meanwhile, a household making $50,000 can achieve real stability with careful budgeting, consistent saving, and avoiding high-interest debt. People always tend to blame income for feeling insecure, when in reality, it's their choices and habits that make most of the difference. Think of finances as a system. Earning more money doesn't automatically make you more secure if your spending grows at the same pace. It's like pouring water into a bigger bucket with a hole. The bucket is larger, but it never really fills. Awareness and intentionality are far more powerful than chasing a higher paycheck. Perception also plays a huge role in how people feel about money. Surveys show that 74% of Americans believe they need over $100,000 per year to feel rich. Most people define rich in material terms, bigger houses, nicer cars, expensive vacations, rather than freedom or control over their time. For a few, it's about flexibility, having the ability to step back from work, pursue passions, or help others. The problem is, that sense of enough keeps moving. As income rises, expectations rise too, and lifestyle inflation absorbs the extra money, leaving many with higher earnings but no greater sense of security. Financial insecurity isn't just about money, it's psychological. Constant worry about expenses is linked to higher anxiety, worse sleep, higher divorce rates, and overall lower well-being. Even higher earners aren't immune. A six-figure salary can be eaten up by mortgage payments, car loans, credit cards, and lifestyle inflation, and most often it is. Debt makes things worse. High monthly obligations limit freedom, restrict options, and keep stress levels elevated. Someone earning $500,000 but spending everything might be less comfortable than someone earning $50,000 and spending $40,000. It's natural to look at your paycheck and think, if only I made more, I'd feel secure. Blaming income is easier than facing the harder truth. A lot of stress comes from how money is used, not just how much is coming in. Taking responsibility requires honesty and action. Examining spending habits, savings patterns, and lifestyle choices is harder than assuming a bigger salary will fix everything, but it's far more empowering. Once you shift that perspective, the solution is clear. Instead of chasing a bigger paycheck, focus on what you can control. The choices you make, the priorities you set, and the planning you put in place. People who do this often realize that the sense of security they were chasing doesn't require more income. It comes from mastering the choices they already have the power to make. Even though these steps are simple, many people still struggle to follow them. The hard truth is realizing your financial situation comes more from your own choices than from how much your boss decides you're worth. Admitting that takes honesty and responsibility, and most people aren't ready to face it. Now, rising costs, housing prices, and economic uncertainty absolutely play a role, but personal habits matter most. Impulse spending, lifestyle inflation, and constant comparison keep people stuck. Misinformation compounds the issue. Many believe they need a sky-high income to feel secure. That belief keeps the focus on earning rather than choices. In reality, a well-managed, moderate income can go a long way when paired with discipline. Here's another alarming fact. According to Payments, over 1/3 of Americans making $200,000 or more live paycheck to paycheck, and about half of those earning $100,000 or more report the same. These numbers reveal a hard truth. Earning a high income doesn't automatically bring financial peace. Say you went from earning $50,000 to $100,000. You thought that would mean security. Now your thought is, well, this isn't really that much. Once I earn $200,000, I can start to feel secure. And the loop continues. But this is where people are often surprised. The income needed for real financial security is usually lower than expected once smart choices are made. Tracking spending, cutting unnecessary cost, and saving consistently reveal that baseline expenses are often more flexible than assumed. Many costs, housing, transportation, subscriptions, dining, daily habits, aren't fixed. They're choices. Adjusting just a few can free meaningful money each month, giving breathing room and peace of mind. Once some of these expenses are cut, most people find that they barely even miss them, or if they do, it's minor compared to the calm and freedom gained. Now let's talk about the people who are already doing it right, those building security without needing to earn more. They track spending, maintain an emergency fund, invest automatically, avoid lifestyle inflation, and manage debt carefully. They don't need large pay raises to feel secure. They've already built a system that works. They're the ones increasing their net worth, building wealth, and benefiting from compound interest. In 5 or 10 years, they'll be sitting on a growing pile of cash, free from the constant stress of bills and obligations. Soon, they'll have the real choice: keep working because they want to, or step back and enjoy life. Maybe even retire early and spend their days on a beach without financial worry. Now compare that to someone earning much more. Sure, they might have a bigger house, fancier cars, and nicer vacations, but what good is all that if there's no savings to fall back on? Missing a single day of work feels risky, and stress is a constant companion. The difference isn't income, it's freedom, control, and security built from smart habits rather than dollars alone. People in control of their money sleep better, make smarter choices, and feel free, not stressed. These habits set the financially secure apart from the anxious majority. When people take responsibility for their finances and see that their habits, not income, create security, they gain perspective. They realize that high earnings most Americans chase aren't what truly matter. They begin taking small steps to improve their finances, and they're often pleasantly surprised at just how much they can really change.